Okay, how's everybody doing? This is a this is another recording session here. I gotta find a fun game to play that looks like it'll be a good one that everybody will enjoy watching. The issue is I don't know what a good game would be. I wanna play something. I know that my buddy that got me the Fantasy Star is probably maybe a little upset if I don't play Fantasy Star. But the issue is, I've had a lot of issues with the recording of that game. Also, if you hear sounds, my cat's in the room. I don't know why he decided to hang out today, and I don't know how to get him out. He's a little annoying on that front. But anyway, I wanted to play something kind of more just gameplay centric. I know last time I played Immortal Redneck, that was a lot of fun. I might revisit that one later. Um, but for now, I kind of just wanted to play something easy, something fun, something with kind of a lot of replay value, or not really replay value, but something I could talk over. And cat. Something I could talk over and not have to think too much. Something I could kind of get in a good gameplay loop. So I figure what I'll do is I'll play this here Race Run Die. I got it during a sale. Whatever this developer's called, I think it's like Cubic Games or something like that. They had a whatever year anniversary, I forget what it was, of their stuff. So, and everything they had was super cheap, like $17 or $1.70. Yeah. So I figure we'll give her a shot. We'll play and we'll talk and see how it goes. Woo! All right. So looks like I'm not too great at this game to start out with. So anyway, all right. Looks like we speed up. That boosts me right into a wall there. This turns. That's the same button as that one. Sorry, just learning the controls here. Once I get the controls, I'll. Okay, so these two buttons do the same thing. What does this do? This button. This button doesn't do anything. This button. Oh, this button just restarts me. Okay. All right. So I can go here and do this. All right. Is there like a brake button? Okay, I don't like that. Hang on. All right. Is this? I wanna slow down. Is there not a slow down button? Okay, this is this. Just I don't. Hold. Okay. All right. So anyway, it's been a while since I've recorded something. Oh. Okay. A lot of Bruce Lee quotes. So anyway, it's been a while since I've recorded something, so I apologize for that. Probably been about a month. The issue is I've just not had a lot of time. Like I've been doing a lot of stuff. I want to figure out how to get that. Been doing a lot of stuff, and it's been hectic. You know, between work and been helping my wife out with her grad school stuff. And is there not like a... Okay, like, is there a... Anyway, it's been a lot of stuff. I've been reading a few things. Right now, the current thing I'm reading I'm not enjoying too much, but there was a book I read, about a month ago that I really liked. That writer has released a second book. Well, he already had the book out, I guess I should say. Did it freeze? No, I don't wanna... Okay, alright. Okay, I get it. Is the music just gonna play through? I think I broke it. Screw it. Immortal Redneck. Let's do it. More Immortal Redneck. I'm not very great at it, but gotten better. Anyway, so, you know, been reading regular stuff. By that I mean audiobooks. Audiobooks are really great for me. I love audio. I'm one of those people who's a kinesthetic and audio learner, so if I'm doing something while I am... So is the... Okay, cool. So if I do something, like if I'm working with my hands or doing something in general, you know, driving helps as well, and I'm hearing something, I kind of retain the information better than if I just read it. I know that's kind of bad to say for somebody who writes, but I mean, I got to admit it. Like it's just how it works. I'm a big fan of audiobooks, so I listen to a lot. Again, like I said, the one I'm listening to right now, kind of not a huge fan of, but what can you do? You know, you have some good ones, you have some bad ones. This one's not bad, but it's I got it for cheap. You'll find as I go through and discuss things that I'm kind of a cheap person. I like the 2-for-1 deals. That's why I have a lot of Switch games here, because stuff goes on sale a lot for pretty cheap. So generally, if I get something on a sale, that's when I'll do it. I don't generally pay full price for things. Hey, nice rocket launcher to start out with. That's good. So yeah, I don't generally pay full price for things unless I have to. There are a few things, collectibles and so on, that I'll sort of, as they say, ball out for. But for the most part, I'm a catch it on deals. In fact, the recording software I'm using here is some sort of... Most people use that Elgato HD 60 or whatever. This is some sort of Chinese knockoff thing you do that you get on Amazon for like nothing. It didn't. I got a coupon or a code for it that made it just beyond cheap. So, you know, I'm using it, and it turns out it's pretty good. I have a lot of technical issues with it. I think if I got one of those, and maybe in the future I'll invest in one of those Elgato capture cards, just because it seems like this one kind of has some lag going on with it. I don't know if you can tell, but there's kind of a difference between like when I react to something and when something happens, in terms of me talking and me actually seeing it on the capture. So it's ooh, no, don't want that. All right. So anyway, oh yeah, that's I actually like that gun. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I like to like to save my money. I like to try new things. I like to try different things, and it turns out for my purposes, I'm not a big, streamer. My internet sucks, so I can't even stream. Um, that's why I kind of go with the whole YouTube and record thing, because it's easier to be able to record it and then get it later. So yeah, it all kind of works out. There's not a lot of. If I run into things, it's because I'm looking at the map and not at the screen, which, Anyway, yeah, so I'm not able to stream. My internet where I live is not great. Goes in and out all the time. It's real slow. The highest internet I can get is like 8 megabytes a second, which is well, if you're anybody listening anywhere that has real internet, it's abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. And it's made even worse by the fact that it goes in and out all the time. So I kind of deal with what I got. And even if I was able to stream, it wouldn't be something I would be able to do very often. As you can tell, this is my first video in a month, and this is kind of the most I can do between, work, home life, writing. Yeah, and I don't want to stick myself to a schedule and not keep it, because that's really crappy to do, to promise, hey, I'm going to be on this schedule for people, and then, I mean, look at how I am with weapons are gone. Oh, great. I only have one of those now. But anyway, I'm not able to keep to a strict schedule, and that's kind of crappy. If you actually watch streamers, I don't know if any of you do. They generally have a set schedule of, I stream these days at these times, and that's how they can build and keep an audience. I, on the other hand, just completely unable to do that. There's no way that I would be able to do that, with how hectic my life is. Having a kid, having a wife and family, and having a full-time job, and having a writing hobby, and having a bunch of other friends who write. One of the things I like to do is I like to read their stuff too. I like to read and critique it and kind of give some input. And last time I had a video, I talked about my one friend with his thoughts on his character and how to. Oh, there's the cat again. You hear that jingle jangle. So it's kind of hard to do all that and have a regular streaming schedule, especially when life gets in the way. But I've already discussed on a Facebook post. Before I started to. I had set this block today, so that I could record this, so that I can at least have some extra content for people who like that sort of thing. I mean, I understand if you like reading, you're not necessarily somebody who also enjoys video games, but hey, extra content's extra content, and I want to provide anything I can. And again, like I said, I'm gonna play video games no matter what. I've kind of been lacking on that front, but it's hard to find games that are good to play and also talk over, especially as amateur as I am. I'm sure you can tell by the fact that I'm going a lot, and why did that? I swear these weapons are like a weird hit scan, but they don't hit scan until you move. hit scan, by the way, if you don't know, video game wise, there's guns that have bullet travel, and then there's guns that are hit scan. Hit scan, what it does is kind of acts like a laser. Whenever you press the trigger button, it scans what's in front of you, and that's where the bullet goes. So in Halo, when you have a sniper rifle, that weapon's a hit scan weapon. However, in Halo, if you have the BR, or the battle rifle to a layman, it does not have hit scan. It has bullet travel time. So, there we go. So whenever you shoot, you have to wait for the bullet to travel to the actual person, whereas when you have the... why didn't that pick up? This game's got a couple of glitches. They're not, like, to the point where it's unplayable, definitely, but there are some where you're like, they could have probably programmed that better. That being said, I don't know anything about programming, so, you know. Anyway, yeah, so it's one of those things where I like to help other people out. I like to read their stuff. I like to, you know, critique their stuff. I like to help other writers. I like to help, you know, and just for the simple joy of it, you know, it's nice to see something as it's being made. It's nice to see like a first draft and see where it goes. It's not so nice when it's your own because, you know, work sucks. A lot of work to it. But for those who are unaware, like, writing is work, but the best part about it is knowing how much you put into it and seeing what comes out when you're done. Like, it's kind of the best way I can describe it. And it's nice to see other writers and how they do it, and how their process works, because certain people's first drafts are basically a completed work that just needs a little bit of polish. Some people's first drafts are absolute garbage. And that's not to say that the story later is garbage. It's absolutely not, but it's everybody works different. Everybody's a different person. And no two writers are alike that I've found. I have a very weird process compared to other people, compared to, you know, my process is pretty much just pure chaos. You know, I just write, and if I'm lucky, it's okay. Sometimes I drop stories, sometimes I don't. That's why you'll probably never see John Bonato, the draft that'll never be. That being said, you know, it's absolutely not worthwhile. Hey, treasure room. It's just not good. You know, the first book I tried to write, same thing. Absolutely not worthwhile. But experience and, you know, actually getting... I think I like this more than this. Yeah, I like this gun a lot more. I know I have that perk that makes it so stuff of my favor is better, but if you like a gun better, that's all that matters. So anyway, the moral of the story is it's been a month since I've done a recording because I have just been busy with writing. You know, I started a third book. It's nothing like the first two. And I mean, the first one's, you know, Badass Mike's way different than Observation Medium, which, thankfully, I have found a really awesome person who is editing it for me. Like, beyond awesome that she's doing that. I have no words to describe how thankful I am for that. Like, it's when you look at your own thing for long enough, you just become blind to your own problems, and you can't. You just get burnt out. Like, that's the best way to put it. Like, Badass Mike, it still has a lot of flaws to it. It's still got it's the boss already. And that boss ain't got a chance. All right. So, you know, it's got a lot of problems, but it was my first book, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with how it turned out. I would go back and fix it one day, maybe. I don't know, but I don't know. There's really no point. It served its purpose. It's a fun book. I enjoyed writing it. I got all I could out of it. It's it was an experience writing it. Come on, where are you coming from? Right there. All right. Anyway, you know, it's already written. So, like, why go back? Why go back to it? And again, it was a pleasure. It was a joy to write. I got a lot of experience out of it. A lot of people like it. Well, I say a lot, but enough people liked it that I feel good about it. There's a cat in here again. Um, you know, the second book, it's not out yet. The person editing it is doing an amazing job. Like, absolutely flabbergasted how great a job she's doing. And I hope that people like it. It's weird. It's different. That's something I like to do with my stories. Is like to be weird and different, because I'm weird and different. At least I like to think I am. You know, nobody's really that unique when you break it down, but it's pessimistic to say. But anyway, you know, I like to think that it's weird and different, and that I like to do something weird and different with all my stories. Um, my favorite thing is just messing with expectations and just that gun's definitely not hit scan. Okay, there's some animal down here. What? Okay. Anyway, so it's I just have fun with it. That's the big kicker is just I like having fun. I like writing stuff. I like having fun writing it, and you know, people who like my stuff, I'm grateful for it. I enjoy knowing that there's people out there that are reading it and liking it. Um, you know, I've got no expectations of making money off this or becoming famous. It's very difficult to do that. It's very difficult to make a living off of it. It's just a hobby that I like. I like the stories that I've written. Well, that's a glitch. I like the stories that I've written. I like the characters I've made. I like the worlds, even though none of them are particularly unique. Um, At least not yet. The third book, hey, you know, who knows? Also, I've noticed a lot of games have this glitch where if you fall, you can do a jump if they have a double jump mechanic. Paradise Killer was one I really liked, but it had that issue, and before you got the double jump, you could still double jump if you fell off a ledge. I mean, you see, like that, and then you can jump. Well, I fell, but you get my point. I only have one, so if I jump regular, I can only double jump. You can hear me pressing the button. But if I fall off a ledge, one hop this time, two hops this time. So, I don't know. I don't know why that glitch happens. Nobody's ever patched it out. Again, Paradise Killer has it. Really great game. The glitch doesn't break it or anything. It actually kind of helps when you're early on trying to explore stuff. This game, same thing. Kind of helps explore. Kind of helps with the. Well, all right. Where is? Probably the other side. Yeah. Okay. Kill that. Get some meat. Kill that. All right. But yeah. So third book started. Don't want to go into too many details. It'll probably change a lot before the end. And I don't want to get people's hopes up because I expect it to take a while to write. It's there's a lot of stuff with it. There's a lot going on in it. Definitely not the same as my other books. It's definitely this one's more on the traditional side of things. This one won't. This one isn't a super vulgar comedy or a super gory horror thing. So I'm not doing great this time. Usually I do a lot better than this. What is Jesus? Yeah, not doing so great this time. But you can blame it on being a bit rusty. It's been a while since I played last time. Not to mention I have a cat attacking me right now. Generally speaking, when you're experiencing physical pain, it's difficult to play video games properly. But yeah, life's hectic. But there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it makes things interesting. It makes life fun. If we could sit around and do whatever we want all the time, it would cheapen the experience. It makes everything feel a lot less fun. That's why, you know, when you're unemployed, before, you know, like, why retired people say the number one killer of people's retirement. That's why now that people who are retired, they're like, oh, you know, now that I'm retired, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna. But once you have the time to do everything you want, it isn't as interesting. It isn't as enjoyable because it's like, well, now I don't have to juxtapose my video game playing time, my TV watching time, my such and such time with responsibilities and work. You know, you don't. I mean, that being said, if I was rich, I'd totally be happier. Not saying I wouldn't like to not work. That's I would just like. It'd be nice to be able to, you know, there are people out there who set their own schedule. It'd be nice to be able to be that guy, to do that. It's like if I won $1 million, I wouldn't have to work anymore, but I probably would, you know, just take more vacations. Be able to write more. Proves out. Oh, nice. a close one. Yeah, I don't know if writing full time would ever be a good thing. To be quite honest, you know, if I could write whenever I wanted, then it wouldn't be as enjoyable. I probably wouldn't get as much done. Because it's like, well, I can have all the time in the world to do this, so you know, put it off till tomorrow. Put it off till tomorrow, and then the next thing you know, it's you're George R. R. Martin or Patrick Rothfuss, and you don't have a book, even though you've been promising one for a while. Speaking of Patrick Rothfuss, I enjoyed the first two books of the King Killer, whatever it is, and for the longest time, he was like, oh well, you know, it's gonna be a trilogy. The third book's definitely the last one. Third book's definitely the last one, and that was 10 years ago when he wrote the last one. Oh boy, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. Or maybe there is. But anyway, now he's like, oh hey, remember how I said the third one was going to be the last one? Turns out there's going to be a fourth one, and he still hasn't even written the third one. Like, I don't know. Who am I to judge? I mean, it's whatever. Did I explore? Well, I did. You know, who am I to judge? I don't even have an audience, so I can't comment on how he does his thing. He's gonna do whatever. He has enough money. But it'd be nice to have a conclusion soon, but I doubt it. It'll end up being like Game of Thrones. There's never going to be a real conclusion to that isn't the TV show, which, you know, people hate on that ending, but I didn't mind it. It was definitely rushed, but I didn't watch it as it was going on. I watched it all in one sitting. Not one sitting, but I was able to binge it all and didn't have to wait years in between anything. So it was maybe that has something to do with why I don't hate the ending as much as other people who are just like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. Again, it's definitely lazy, but it's not like Dexter where the ending is so bad that I can never go back and watch that show again. It's not like there's a show called Life on Mars that was pretty good that got canceled, and the ending of that's just awful. Wilfred's another one that's kind of... I liked it, but you could tell that they had a plan of what they wanted to do, and then they got canceled. So, I don't know. Not all shows can be The Good Place or Breaking Bad, where they're just great all the way through. They stick the landing. Though I have heard people complain about Breaking Bad's ending, that they think that Walt got off too easy. I don't know. I think it works. I think the whole thing was fine. I think people just like to find things to complain about, which, hey, you know, if that's what makes you happy, then who am I to judge? But yeah, like, I'm trying. I'm really trying to release more content, to get more books, to get the books that I have out finished. Again, Observation Medium is currently being edited by somebody who is great at doing that sort of thing. About a fourth of the way through. Then I'll lay it out. Alright, here's the question. I like this gun, but do I like it more than anything I'm probably going to use it more than the rocket launcher. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I am. I expect that to be within the next couple of months. I want to release it before my birthday. I wanted to do 2 books in my 20s. That way I can, then when I'm 30, I can be like, oh, I got 3 books in my 30s, and then 4 in the 40s. I don't think that's too much. Again, with working full time, I know I have Stay at Home and it's on paperback, but I don't really count that as a book. It's too short. It's one of those. I really liked it. I really wanted to submit it places, but it's too long for submissions and too short for manuscript stuff, and so I just released it as a nice short little paperback, or And then there's the fact that that room was hectic for a second. Sorry about that. Then there's the fact that I got this really great narrator. She's read through it. She's done her job. She's done great. She's recorded all of Stay at Home. We went through the whole process. I listened to it. I approved it all, and it's still pending review. As of January 16th, I want to say, is when she finished. It was in January. I know as a fact it was in January. So yeah, that's 100% not my fault. I will take blame where blame is due. I'll take blame, with Observation Medium taking as long as it has to get anything with. That's me writing slow. That's me not wanting to edit, so being lazy and just kind of sitting on it for a bunch of time without touching it. If you feel like that one's taken too long, then you're 100% right, and you're 100% justified in thinking that. Like, I literally didn't do anything with it for months. I expected it to be out last April. I finished the first draft of that a year ago. But then, and I hate when people blame, the whole pandemic on things. I really do, because a lot of companies like Audible right now, the whole like, the reason why it's taken so long for your book to get approved is there's a pandemic going on, so it's taken longer to approve stuff. It's been a year. It's been a year. The reason why it's taking so long to approve things. Look at this. The glitch. I want my money. There we go. Turns out you just gotta yell at it a little bit. Anyway, that's just corporate greed. That's corporate laziness. They can totally do it faster, but they wanted to downsize. They wanted to get rid of some people. They wanted to save some money. And what better time to do it than when everybody's in a messed up, jumbled up, shook up world. So, again, that being said, I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's all the pandemic's fault. But considering what I do for a living, there was a lot when the pandemic first hit, and there's a lot to deal with. There's a lot of stuff going on at work. so I literally just didn't have the time. And then after I, oh nice, and then after I did, I, I'm one of those people. I'm kind of old school. I can't edit on a page really well. So I printed it all out and mark it. Call that the second draft after it's all fully marked, and then I type all my updates into the. I use Google Docs, so I type all my updates in the Google Doc, and also change some stuff around there from even what I had written before. And well, you do that. There's still other issues. There's still grammar. There's still repetitions. You need somebody else to look at it. And I, in December, had found somebody for that, but he had a lot going on. He couldn't. He had to drop it after doing probably about the first, I want to say like eighth of the book or so. All right. Yeah, so he had to drop it. He had too much going on, which I understand. It's not his fault, but it is a little. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah boy. It's a little, I guess, disheartening, discouraging. Sorry, the mic fell. I don't have like a proper setup. If you saw, if I took a picture of what I'm dealing with here, you'd have a chuckle. It's yeah, it's probably textbook definition of janky. Anyway, so like, I thought that made me invincible. Oh. Anyway, yeah, textbook definition of janky. I forget what I was talking about now. Oh well. Oh yeah. Why? So yeah. Um. The pandemic caused some delays. I was expecting to release it in April, like I said, and then it didn't happen. But that being said, it not happening maybe a blessing in disguise. Because of that, I wrote Stay at Home, and I really, really love that. I really love that book or story or whatever. So, whoa. Yeah, so I really love Stay at Home. I really do. It's one of my favorite things I've written. I like most everything I've written. Don't get me wrong, but that one, I don't know. It just felt right. Like everything I did with it, it was like, oh, this feels good. This feels right. With observation medium, I look back at it and I'm like, why did I do that? Again, not saying it's bad, not trying to down on it. It's good. Just wait for it. You'll like it. But Stay at Home, I don't know. It's on a different level. It's culturally relevant at the time. Because it's all about living in the pandemic. It's all about mental health. It's all about that. It's just.
Oh, baby, come here. Give me some sugar.
All right. I'm gonna die to this boss. There's no two ways about it.
You sure been hit with an ugly stick, partner. Did you get the license on the truck that hit you?
Like I have no idea how to. This boss is. I read a guide. It said that this is the hardest boss in the game. I believe it. It's really annoying. Like, you go through the whole thing, and then that thing just kind of kills you. Whatever. I don't know what else. Like, I've... Okay. How much money I got? This is riveting gameplay right here. Let's not do that. Let's go back to this one. Or... Oh, here's a good one. Somebody told me to get this. It was 17 cents. I know I'm jumping through games, you know, mostly, but, you know, I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, I'm just gonna play different games and hope one's fun. Hope one, oh, okay. Alright, did the controller die? Is the controller low on battery or something? Where do I see the battery of this? Does it show me? What? Man, I am an expert. Alright, so anyway, this game's it's supposed to be fun. Alright, what do we do? Alright, so... Alright. Oof, I don't think this is gonna be a good one. I gotta think too hard. Hey! Alright, let's do this. Not up. Okay, this is... it said not right. Boy. What? Alright, let's not do this. Alright, okay, alright. Oh, I like to get an hour out of these things. So we're sitting at 47 minutes right now. That's not enough time. So I'm gonna jump into this game where I don't have to do any thinking at all. Because, oh, I feel like an idiot. Oh, it's great. It's great. It's a good time. Alright, okay. So this game is Shakedown Hawaii. It literally takes, you know, no thought whatsoever. Think old school GTA, you know, you just throw Molotov cocktails at people and then you run away, and then, you know, you shoot people if you want, and then sometimes the cops come at you, and then sometimes people shoot, hey, quit shooting me. Anyway, sometimes people shoot you, you shoot them back, sometimes you jump in the water. Turns out you can swim in this. I don't think you can swim in old school GTA. You buy properties with this button. Yeah, sure. And then you just buy them. You buy all the things. Sometimes you flamethrower. Sometimes you burn down a whole forest. Deforestation, my friend. It's the edge of the map. I don't know. Anyway, this is a fun game. It takes literally no thought, no effort. You just kind of run around, shoot things, punch people in the face if you want. Sometimes your cat comes at you and jumps you, and sometimes some guy's running after you. I think it's a cop. If it's a cop, I'm gonna kill him. Sometimes you cut people's hair. Let's cut this guy's hair. Cut your hair. And then you kill him. There's a story, you're like some old dude who's, hey, get away from me. There's like this old dude who's, trying to get his empire back on track, so he watches the internet, even though this is, 80s. So it makes fun of other games, because they have a lot of DLC and stuff. And then you just drives around, and you know, it's got this really nice 80s tech way. enjoy the sounds of me being shot while I, there we go, alright. Okay. Anyway. I love the pixel art in this. Like, you look at it, they did a really great job. Like, look at that. It's kind of 3D looking. Spin around, do some spinnies. Spinny, spinny. Alright. Okay. Anyway, there's kind of a story. I'm just gonna skip it because I don't care. Like, I don't need to know what's going on. The story sucks. Oh yeah, instead of like Miles or whatever, it's in Pickles. It's a great game. It's real fun. I think there was like a Wii U and like a 3DS version. Obviously, I'm playing the Switch version because the Switch is great and I love it. And I got in an argument of it with a friend about it, and he hates the Switch and thinks it's you know, not a good console, but I think it's great. I love it. My go-to, basically. Stupid. Stop! Throw a Molotov at you. I don't care. Okay. I should grab that heart. I'm low on health. Alright. There we go. So like, you know, you're a sneaky con artist business fella, so you're trying to destroy your competition, and you answer the phone while in the middle of the road. Look at that big old brick cell phone, big old brick. This guy is a fella down in South America, I think, and the idea behind him is you know, you go through, you play these missions, you kill all these fellers. You take him out. He's like the he does all the dirty work, I guess, for the main guy, and then you play as the main guy's son. You know, lots of see, when they got the bigger guns like that, it's kind of hard to deal with. Yeah, again, it's not like a super crazy in-depth game, but it's a lot of fun to just kind of blow off some steam, and you know, especially when your first game that you try to play today crashes, and then the second one, you know, you get to this boss that is really annoying and it keeps killing you, and you suck at the game. You just kind of It's kind of like playing Dynasty Warriors in a way. You know, Dynasty Warriors, you never really, you know, you can't really fault that game for what it is. It's, you know, it's just pure stupid fun. You just run around and just beat people up. You press the same button over again. You feel like an absolute unit when you do it, and yeah, what else you got going on? I mean, like, you can't really can't really fault the game for what it is. So, you know, here we are. This dude again. He's got some good news and some bad news. Yeah, whatever. It's anyway, you buy things. The whole point is to, I think, own everything on the island. It says Shakedown Hawaii, so I assume it's supposed to be some sort of what am I doing? Yeah, I think it's probably some sort of island on Hawaii, but I don't think it ever really says. That guy looks like me. Big old fat belly hanging out. It's a good time. Oh, going exactly the wrong way. So yeah, you just you get bored. You can. Is this a shakedown place? Where's a place to shake down? I own that. What don't I own? Hey, there's a place. All right, we'll go here. So, right there. All right. So let me do a shakedown because they're a lot of fun. This guy's not got a lot of money because he's the. Oh yeah, and you can like you can do a little bit of light platforming. You can jump off people's heads like this. You can like do that Matrix kick. You know, the one that like in every single Matrix movie, Morpheus is like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that crane kick in the air or whatever, and it literally never hits anybody in all the movies, all three of them, every single one of them, not a one. It's kind of ridiculous. You'd think like in one of the movies they would let it hit or something, but no. They don't even care. Alright, let's do a shake-up. I thought this was a... Maybe it's... Maybe I can't do a shakedown because of the current mission or something. Let's do the current mission and then I'll show what a shakedown looks like. Actually, I probably can't. It's getting on the 1 hour mark. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna back out of here. I'm gonna play this game for another second. Just to see if that was a fluke last time or if I actually do suck at it. Let's see here. All right. Okay. It's you know, this is great content. I'm sure you're all just loving how great this is. Why does it turn off this controller? I know this is a cheap imitation Joy-Con, well, not Joy-Con, not up. Left is that way, not down. This time it is down. All right. We're doing better. Doing better. Alright, we got this. We got this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It looks like it anyway. Alright. It takes like full concentration. I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk and play this game at the same time. Oh god, this is hard. Oh, I did it! I did it! Okay. Alright, I did it. Alright, everybody, you can pack your bags. Look at this, I did it, 100%, level complete, level 1, level 2. Look at that, 20 steps, normal, perfect. Nope, not even gonna go to hard. Not even gonna do it. Look, there's like, how many levels are in this thing? Oh, you know, see, this isn't, it's not, don't worry. I beat all these. Don't even question it. There's no there's no question here. I did it. I did it. I got it. I did it. I got it. I did it. Okay. Well, I hope this has been a riveting gameplay experience. I tried to play this one, but might have to save that one for later. There's a lot of tutorials on it. It's just one big tutorial. I got like 20 minutes in, and I was like, this isn't fun to watch. Not that this is either, but yeah, you get the point. Anyway, I hope to make another video at some point. I hope. Um, Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more video games. Stay tuned for more books, and I hope to be releasing Observation Medium soon. I hope to be announcing the stay-at-homes on Audible soon, if they would approve it. It's all that needs done. Everything else is done. It's just been waiting 2 months for them to do their thing. Third book being written. Don't ask about it. Not gonna tell you. Probably gonna take a year before I'm done. Anyway, thanks again.